Recruiter here to review your resumes. The resume we have up first is an AI engineer, and it's my job to determine if this is a good or garbage resume, and if it's garbage, how to fix it so that you can get a good ratio. What's a ratio? The ratio is how many applications it takes to get an interview. If you're getting a 1 interview per 50 application ratio, it's a pretty good resume, right? C minus. If you're getting anything more than that, it's bad. And when people follow my methods as the headless headhunter, they get a 1 interview per 7 application ratio. So I'm here to determine, is this good or garbage? Which actually, spoiler alert, it is garbage. They told me their ratio, which it takes them over 150 applications to get an interview. So I'm going to tell them why this AI engineering resume is garbage and how to fix it. Because again, I want you all to get jobs, and we are in a recession right now, so it is very difficult to do so. All right, so what do we need in an AI engineer? We need degree, Python, ML, LLMs, cloud, GCP, Azure, AWS, built stuff in production, agentic systems, and multi-agent work. Agent coding, so any of these is fine. Claude Code, OpenAI, Codex, Cursor. Same thing for the frameworks. LangGraph, LangChain, Google ADK, OpenAI Agent SDK. Communicate technical details to a non-technical audience. I want to repeat that one because every single AI engineer does not seem to have that. Is communicate technical details to a non-technical audience. Part of your job as an AI engineer is not going to be working on the best thing ever. It's going to be explaining to Bob. Bob does not know how to turn on his monitor. Bob has to have a receptionist send an email for Bob. Bob decides your pay. You need to explain to Bob why you did what you did. And I swear to you, almost every single AI engineer fails at this because I need to see through your resume that you can communicate these technical details to somebody who has the knowledge of a toddler. Unfortunately, that's what you have to do. Then I also need ML ops, AI architecture, AI orchestration. So recruiters only have 20 seconds to find what we need. If we cannot find it in 20 seconds, we move to the next resume and you get yeeted and deleted. So will Rick Sanchez actually get yeeted and deleted? Probably, yeah, because it's a bad resume. But let's see why it's a bad resume and go. Summary doesn't matter. Got nuclear compliance from weeks to an hour. Multi-agent is good, and LangGraph with why does this matter? It doesn't. Garbage doesn't matter. Engineered retrieval drafting is fast API over open source. Hot dogs, and time. Yep, I understand why this is getting yeeted and deleted. So couple of things here that you're probably enraged about. One, Lee, that's my name, Lee. What are you talking about? They had the keywords you're looking for. They had the keywords right down here in this skills section. Why did you ignore these? Why they have every single keyword you want? Well, people think recruiters keyword hunt. We don't keyword hunt. That is a thing that people think we do. I will say like new recruiters do, the recruiters that are like 3 months on the job, 5 months on the job. But if you keep keyword hunting, you get fired, which you should. So most recruiters after about 4 to 5 months stop keyword hunting. We are qualification hunting, and that is a big difference. So what is a keyword? A keyword is this. This is just what the hiring team wants. The manager says they want somebody with a degree. The manager says they want somebody with Python. The manager says they want somebody that can do Claude Code and OpenAgent SDK and create LangGraph and multi-agent infrastructure. That is what the manager would like. So what is a qualification? A qualification is a keyword plus how you did it, plus why you did it in a way that Bob would understand. Because if you do not explain it to Bob, you don't get to move forward. And where you did it. If it is not what, how, why, where, it doesn't count. Where is just under a job. So despite them having every single keyword here, I can use none of it, which really stinks because they don't have any of that. So I can't use any single one of these things, so it doesn't count. And then when you look at this, unfortunately, I could not get through to this part where they have a lot of the stuff that I wanted. So remember, when you're making a bullet point, while the keyword is important, which you want about 3 to 6 of them per bullet point, The why you did it is equally important. And if you cannot explain why you did it in a way that Bob can understand, and remember, Bob cannot send an email without a secretary's help and about 2 hours of work. So if you cannot do it in a way that Bob would understand, it does not count. And that is one of the problems with this. It also proves that you cannot communicate technical details to a non-technical audience. The other thing I mentioned is hot dogs. So imagine you're hungry, you go to a restaurant, and I would like a hamburger, please. And the waiter goes, all right, honey, coming right up. You just want a hamburger, nothing else? And you say, I would just like one hamburger. So the waiter says, all right, coming right up, sweetie. I'll get you that hamburger real quick. So they go back to the kitchen and they bring you back a plate of hot dogs and they say, all right, honey, here's your hamburger. And you'd be like, this is a hot dog, not a hamburger. I wanted a hamburger, not a hot dog. And the waiter says, well, I assure you, honey, these are the best hot dogs you've ever had in your life. Best hot dogs ever. And if you think about it, a hot dog has meat like a hamburger. A hot dog has buns just like a hamburger. So, sweetie, if you really think about it, a hot dog is, in fact, just like a hamburger. And you would look and be like, nah, bro, it's not. And you would leave. And that's the exact same problem I have here, is there's a lot of stuff that is hot dogs. Accelerated retrieval by 90% over 2.9 million with NRC Duo DOD. The NRC DOD might actually be relative to the industry, but accelerated retrieval by 90% over 2.9 million by building a hybrid semantic search backend. That's nothing. That means nothing to the people reading your resume. Bob does not understand that. That is a hot dog. You know what it's not? Communicating technical details to a non-technical audience. You know what it's not? MLOps, AI architecture, and AI orchestration. And you may be thinking, Lee, what are you talking? Like the next one says agentic RAG. Yeah, that's cool, but when you read through all of this, and there's so much hot dogs, you can't actually find what you were looking for. There is a very real possibility that they would be looking for this, which would be under probably like the frameworks or agentic coding, but would miss it because they have to go through all of this garbage until they get to what they actually want. And the more hot dogs you have in your resume, the less likely they are to find the actual hamburgers. And remember what I said, each sentence needs to include a minimum of 3 keywords, a maximum of 6. This includes 2 and does not include a Y, so it's a bad sentence. This includes 1 and does not include a good Y. This includes 1.5. And this one doesn't include any because you said fast API instead of REST API, which actually, am I even looking for that? No, that is a hot dog in this. Fast API is a hot dog. I'm looking for Python. And again, you're like, Lee, fast API means Python. What are you talking about? This means Python. It doesn't matter. If anything in your resume implies that you know something, it is implied that you don't know that. And I know it's not fair. I know it stinks, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if what you said implied Python. You know what I don't see? I don't see any Python. I need you to directly state it with your chest that you have used Python to create a multi-agent system using LangGraph, Claude Code on an AWS environment so our customers could look up pictures of dogs. That sentence would get you interviews. And I want to remind everybody, this person, it takes them over 150 applications to get an interview. And when people use my method, they get 1 interview per 7 application. And this is actually mostly what they'd want. They like this startup experience too. The reason this person is struggling is they tried to brag, and you can't brag in a resume. I know what you're thinking. Everybody says you need to show you're good. You don't. You need to show what you have, not what you're good at. In the interview, then you prove you're better than other people. The interview, you do need to prove you are better than other people. But for the resume, you don't. And while you had some stuff here, remember, I'm not going to get this far down. I only have 20 seconds, bro. That's it. That's all the amount of time recruiters get. That's not new. We've been doing the 20 seconds thing since 2016 or 2015. I don't remember when I first started. It was either 10 years ago or 11 years ago. Oh boy, that feels bad. And we need to see it directly. So yes, you have all the stuff in this little skill section, but tough. Skill sections don't matter. You don't tell me how you did it. You don't tell me why you did it. That's what I need. And I don't see any of that from this. So this is one of the reasons that you are getting rejected. If your resume does not directly state what you have done and it is not a hamburger, it doesn't count. It needs to be a hamburger. You have to say hamburgers with your chest. You have to not imply them, and you need to make it understandable to Bob, because Bob is the one writing your checks. Bob is the one deciding if you get hired. And yeah, Bob might be the hiring manager, not the recruiter. I've had to catch managers on technical things before. And I want to be clear, I cannot write hello world. And I, as a tech recruiter, have done my job and caught managers when they would have missed stuff in their resume. Most people are not going to be able to do that. Most people recruiting for tech roles are not tech recruiters. And even the ones that are still may miss it. And I don't even say I'm like the best recruiter ever. I'm above average. That's it. But like, you cannot have a resume that is implied. You have to directly state it. You have to show what you've done. You have to show how you've done it. You have to show why you've done it in a way that Bob would understand. And you need to do it in 20 seconds. And yeah, that stinks, but we're in a recession, y'all, and this is what you have to do to get a job. I did not make the game, but I can teach you how to play it to get ahead of your job search. Title drop. So that's it for this resume. We got another 4 coming right up. I just want to say to all of my members, thank you very much for supporting this channel. Your financial support has let me keep doing this, and I would not be able to keep doing this content without your support and keeping it free to everybody. So thank you very much for your financial support. If anybody wants to support this channel, they can join in the link below and become a member. They get access to videos early and an access to the past live streams, which is where I review these resumes. And if you want to join a live stream to get your resume reviewed, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST, just type join the live stream at either YouTube or at Twitch at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. Just type raffle, ! Raffle, and you will get entered and you can have your chance at your resume reviewed. But that is it for this resume. Let's go to the next one, which will be, I don't know. We're going to see who wins the raffle. This is a resume of a software engineer intern. We do not know their ratio. They sent about 15 applications and got 1 interview, which is good. It's just that's not a big enough sample size, right? Like, could be very phenomenal, could just be they got lucky on that one. So what do we need for a software engineer intern? We need degree, or at least showing you're enrolled in something educational. Basic knowledge of the tech stack. We're talking like language, SQL, cloud, a little bit of AI-oriented AI, a little bit of object-oriented programming, nothing crazy. And then the ability to work well with others and take direction and criticism. So this person is using my format correctly, which, yep, looks like they are. There's probably too big of a gap here, but that's a minor issue. So let's see what I can find in 20 seconds. And go. Okay, quick note about that. Developed a dashboard in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, clear XML measure. Perfect. Project lead, weekly meetings using Git, Docker, Codex, AI, Agile to accelerate development, implement project lead feedback. Great. Design recipe for Java, following for over 5,000 users. Line for pastor page notes. And yeah, I don't have a lot of notes. This is really good. This is exactly what you want to see in an intern resume. Not just the formatting, but the content. I had a couple of notes, though, real quick that I want to say is A, don't say U.S. permanent resident. Say green card holder if you are a green card holder, because they may not know what a U.S. permanent resident is, which I know, but you should just put green card holder if you're a green card holder, or if you're something else, so that they know exactly what it is. The second thing is, I think there's 1 extra gap here that shouldn't be there, and there's an extra gap here. Also, I think this is, maybe this is my monitor. Is this teal? Is this 1 bullet point teal? It's a very minor issue and it's not a big thing. I wanted to note it. And then here is, I really like it. My only thing I'm wondering is, like, you've been there for a year? Like, is it really to present? You could say, that might be the case, but that's a little weird looking. I would be a little bit like, are they actually there for that many years? But you might be. But other than that, man, I like most of this. I actually think that probably the only thing I would do is switch around some of these bullet points and Yeah, I think I would just switch around the bullet points. I think also, wait, I don't care about millions of rows. I actually just caught this one. But if you want to know how to make a good resume, like this is it. I know it's boring, but boring gets you jobs. I don't care about millions of rows, but I am care. I do like the rest of it. So like you could even put this as the second bullet point, or see, you already have Java Spring Boot. I would rather you say Java and then comma Spring Boot. And I think what I would like, I'm trying to see if it even would matter. Again, this is nearing perfection. Um, yeah, I think this is good. I was thinking maybe put this as your third bullet point and then switch around the Python one to be up here. I think that's like the only thing I would say is this should. So just to clarify is, and again, this will, you probably are actually going to get a 1 in 7 based on this. So I would say this should be your third bullet point. This should be your second bullet point. This should be your fourth. But yeah, no other notes. I mean, except for those very minor errors, which let's be real, probably isn't going to affect you that much. This is what a good resume looks like. And the fact that I think the fact that they got an online assessment immediately is not a fluke. This is what it looks like. And that was, let's see, who do we, it's from? It was from Amazon. Cool. So I got this person a FANG interview with this internship resume. So that was who it was. It was with Amazon. So this is good. Make those changes. But again, I don't think your ratio is going to change from a 1 in 10, 1 in 7 to a 1 in 6 or something. So overall, really good. Like, it's kind of hard for me to like tell people what, like, comment on a good resume, but like, yeah, this is it. This boring basic thing with a lot of white space is great. Love it. Really love it. This is exactly what you need. So next, resume. This is a resume of an IT support help desk. We do not know their ratio. We do not know if this is good or garbage. So what do we need? We need Mac OS, Linux, Android, Windows, 7 or 2, like the version of it. Education, customer service, troubleshooting, problem solving, explaining tech to non-tech people, networking, DNS, DHCP, TCP, IP, VPN, multitask and meet deadlines, the industry, Jira, Office, Microsoft 365, Active Directory, Slack, Zendesk, Desk, Meh, and CompTI or other certs. So I am on hour 3.5 of streaming and my mind is mush. So you know what? I might miss some basic stuff, which guess what? Can happen in the real world. So your resume needs to be understandable to someone that's been live streaming for the last 3.5 hours. Your resume needs to be understandable to somebody that is has searched for. In fact, actually, the amount of resumes a recruiter can search for in an hour is about 120. It's we can probably search about 120 resumes an hour, possibly more if we're really in the zone. So if you've been doing this for a couple of hours, your person who's reviewing your resume, they might be on hour 3 of close to 330 resumes for different roles. So it doesn't matter that I'm tired. It matters that your resume is good enough to get past somebody that is tired. So let's see if we can find what we need. Because again, we do not know if it's good or bad. And go. This doesn't matter. This does matter. Machine support. What is that? Delivered remote troubleshooting, ticket resolution, affiliation with armed security. Formatting's bad, but I actually like it. Gosh, I really like those. Okay, this is a bad resume, but this is not a destroy it and start again resume. Formatting, yes, but actually there is some good bullet points hidden in this. So first off, remember, this is the format you want to use. This is how you do it. Link below. You want this format. This does not look like this. This does not look like this. Second, there is a very, very, very big thing. In fact, actually, I made the note of this is, oh, geez, what's his name? Coding Jesus actually said this, and this is completely wrong. People never, ever, ever put no months in the dates. You can do it for school, right? It's okay to say if you graduate in 2024, yeah, that's fine. Who cares? That's fine. But if you have any internship or you have a work experience, you need the months, because this could be from December of 2023 to January of 2025, or it could be from January 2023 to December of 2025. And that is a massive, massive amount of experience. And if you do this, we will assume the worst, which Coding Jesus told people to just put this to trick us. No, you will not trick us. If any of us ever see something without months, we assume it is the worst. In fact, that is a general good assumption, is due to the amount of people trying to pull a fast one on people in hiring, if at any point there is ambiguity in your resume, that ambiguity will be taken in the worst possible way for you. So you need to put the months. Then I like this bullet point. I want you to use this formatting. I'm going to remove this to make it easier. I want you to put it formatting, but I want you to fix it. And I want you to say, delivered remote troubleshooting and ticket resolution to field technicians. And then I also want to know, did you use Mac, Linux, Android, or Windows? I feel like you might have for cache retrieval and documentations. Because my problem with this is I really like it shows you what you did. Problem is it's still only one keyword. We want more than one. Then support of the on-site technical operations through logging and follow-up is good. That's problem solving. But again, that's only one. And escalated complex issues are managed while supervising minimal downtime is fine. But like, I need the rest of this. Like the core of this bullet point is here. Most of the time, people mess up by not putting the why. You messed up by not putting the what. If you just put the what, these sentences are fine. Like I like these sentences. These are good sentences. I just need a little bit more, right? Like, I want to know that, let's see, delivered remote troubleshooting. Was it to people that didn't know tech? Did you explain technical details to them? I don't know. You should tell me, right? I want to know. And then did you do at any point DNS, DCP? Did you multitask? Did you do deadlines? What was the system that you used? Did you use Microsoft 365? Again, the core of this is here. It's just you didn't go far enough in specifics. You didn't tell me what you did. You didn't tell me. You told me how you did it. You just didn't tell me what you did. I just need to know what you did. Tell me what you did, please. And then here, remember, this needs months. And this doesn't matter. This is a hot dog. 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 Probably too far back that people would even care. Hot dog, hot dog. So yeah, I like the whys you did this. All I need is the what. If you just filled these sentences out and made these 3 complete sentences with the stuff that I'm looking for, and you put the months in this and you fix this formatting, which I know that sounds like a lot, but that's not a ton, then I think you would have a very good ratio. Like, you're very close to having a good resume. You just missed the what and the formatting. So let's go to the next resume. This is a full stack software engineer. So what do we need for a full stack? We need degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. I usually do a bit here where I repeat it like 8 times, but I'm just going to say, like, I don't feel like doing the bit. If you do not have TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS in the first bullet point, you are probably going to get rejected. You could get away with maybe not having TypeScript, but it is that important. And remember, if it's not on your resume, it doesn't exist. So you need to directly state it. Then RESTful API or REST API, SQL, Cloud, AWS, GCP, Azure, Backend, Python, C#, .NET, Java, React Native, Git, GitHub, CI/CD, Agile, DevOps, and all that other extra credit stuff. Again, extra credit is nice to have, but you need the other stuff first. So 20 seconds on this one. And then I should actually read what they... What was that? Hold on. Whoops. There we go. Back to that. All right. They stated... They stated... Switch towards different fields of interest, hence the multiple jumble of roles, trying to scrape together what I have out of my project. Okay, so let's see how this reads then. They have 150 to 1, so I'm expecting this to be bad. So 20 seconds is on the clock. And go. Okay, this doesn't matter. Designing iterative React for non-profit awards. That's not bad. I just need more. Customer responsibility. This doesn't count. Design process for chatbot MCP. Again, I'm just not looking for that. This doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. It can matter, but you framed it badly. Time. Okay. Here's what I would do. I think, yeah, yeah, this is what we need to do. Your job search history is a little chaotic. And there is a big problem with this in the keywords, but there's a bit of a bigger problem in that it looks like you're a job hopper. Like you've only been this for 2 months. You've been at this for like 10-ish months. You've been at this for another 10 months. And that kind of means that if you ever have more years of experience than you do jobs, it's bad. Or more jobs than years of experience, it's bad. So I wouldn't even put this one up for sure. Like, A, you didn't show anything relevant. B, it's going to be a job hopper. This one I think you can keep as the this one, because at least it's like, it's just recent and it shows what happened. And if you get like, if this is your first job, then that's fine. So I would actually remove this. And then, as I said earlier, people try to trick us. You want to know something that's actually good to use as a trick in this case? Just put status graduated instead of August 2025. Actually, no, you keep August 2025. See, tricking is bad. You don't want to trick. This is good. So then it shows this, which is a clear line of, okay, this is the first job you got out of college, because we ignore all of these, and then blah, blah, blah. Although, again, the big problem I have is just you don't have the qualifications. Like, where's any of this? Like, the only thing I see is React, and I'm not looking. Okay, this is going to enrage people even more if they're still even watching. If Java is different than JavaScript, then Tailwind CSS is different than CSS. And remember, I'm not looking for Tailwind CSS, I'm looking for CSS. So my problem with this is I just need more in this. And if you only have one thing, right? If you only have one or two things, then just put one bullet point, right? Design and animated multiple I would say multiple websites using blah 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 for 3 clients across e-commerce, e-service, and nonprofit orgs. Just keep that. That's fine. You can get away with having more jobs and years of experience for your first one. And then we go down to here, and the problem I have is just like you're so hyper focused on the AI that I miss everything else. And even for an AI engineer, I'm going to let y'all know, they want a strong backend. You know what actually gets people hired at a lot of these startups is a very, 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 very strong, solid backend engineer that has done infrastructure work, who then transitioned a year and a half ago to AI. And everybody tries to put all this random AI stuff in, and it's just like, again, to use the hamburger metaphor, it's like ketchup, right? Like if I wanted a hamburger, I want to put a little bit of ketchup on it. If I dunked this much worth of ketchup on a burger, it's going to ruin the burger. And that's the same problem here, is that this doesn't read like anything. It doesn't read like an AI engineer. It doesn't read like a full stack engineer. It doesn't read like a backend. Where is all of this? I don't want to have to keep repeating it, but like, where is it? Like, for real, where is it in this resume? Because again, maybe you did CSS, but even if you didn't do CSS, where's the rest of it? Down in the skills section, you say JavaScript, Python, Kotlin, SQL, TypeScript. I don't see that anywhere in your resume. It's not here. 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 Except for Agile at the very bottom, which is nice to have. So in the entire resume I see here, you have 3 things I need. This is why you're struggling. It's not just that you're having an issue with the job hoppiness, which is fine. Bad things can happen. It's not an issue that your stuff is scattered. It's that you're not showing you're qualified. You're submitting this. This is what you are submitting to people. Is I have designed and animated a React interface using SQL and Agile. And that's it. And I need 75% of these. And I need to find those 75% in the first 20 seconds. This is why you're getting rejected, is there's nothing on this resume. It is almost entirely a blank piece of paper. And if you're submitting a blank piece of paper, then yeah, no wonder you're getting rejected. So I am going to need you to read you all of this, and I'm going to need you to keep this. Or if you don't keep this, then put status graduated, right? Then that's actually something you can do. And then write it. But like, none of these projects are relevant. Because like, you told me you use Git and GitHub. You told me use LangChain. You told me use Python and Kotlin and Swift and SQL and TypeScript and HTML. Where? Where is that in the resume? I'm going to do Python. Nope, all the way in the skills section. Skills sections don't count. If it's in the skills section, it doesn't count. You cannot imply, you have to state. It is not that you've not done stuff that's not impressive. It's that you've done stuff that shows you are not qualified. Next resume. This is a resume of a full stack software engineer. This person said, I've applied to about 2 to 4 jobs a week, and I've had one interview, mostly have issues finding entry-level jobs to apply to. This is the most recent revision I did a few weeks ago. So I will say, it is tough to find entry-level roles. Make no mistake. That's not, it's tough. There's not a ton of them, but you should be able to find 50 entry-level roles a week. You may have to go to remote roles, right? Like there are ways to do it, which I can tell you how to do, but you should be applying to more, because if it's August and you've only been applying to 2 to 4 jobs a week, that's just not enough of a ratio. Like, remember, even a mid resume is getting 1 interview per 50, and a great resume is getting 1 in 7. And if a great resume is getting 1 in 7 and you're only applying to about 2 jobs a week, that's going to be an entire month before you get a single interview, and that's not going to be enough. So we need to up your application. This might be a good resume. It just is probably not applying to enough places. So we need to change your job search. In fact, part of the most important part of your job search is, before you make your resume, is finding enough jobs to apply to. That is step 1, and is one of the things in my guide, is you need to find enough jobs. Otherwise, like, it doesn't matter if your resume is perfect if there's no jobs for it. So with that said, let's look at this. They are a full stack software engineer. We already know what we need with it. So 20 seconds is on the clock. And go. Okay, degree formatting off. This, electives don't matter. This doesn't matter. Oh, wait, what? Okay. Designed and implement productivity for electrical engineering using SQL to digitize the business. What does that mean? Developed the front end using JavaScript, client-side Ajax grouped UI, hot dogs, SQL for front end schema, customers, again, mostly hot dogs, PyTest time. Okay, I understand why. Oh, we were a little cut off here. Sorry about that. There we go. I don't know why I did it like that. There we go. This is what it looks like. I understand why you have gotten some interviews, and this makes sense. I would say probably this is a 1 in 50, maybe a 1 in 60, in that you have some of the stuff we were looking for, but it's kind of buried. So here's what we want to do. This second degree, man, I don't think it's relevant for this. I just don't think it is. It's also over a decade old. Normally, I would say if it's different, put it in, but I don't think it gives you anything different, so I think you can remove it. Then remember, electives don't matter. All we care about is this. And then I want you to fix your formatting to make it look like this, okay? And then we get down the bullet points, and I mostly like the first sentence, right? Designed and developed a production CRM, which is okay, for an electrical contractor using Flask, hot dog, Python, hamburger, JavaScript, hamburger, SQL, Alchemy, it still counts as a hamburger, HTML, CSS to digitize the business. I want you to why was it important to digitize the business? That's what I'm looking for. Why did it matter that you digitized it? I mean, like, I know the answer is you want to bring it up to the modern day, you want to help the customers, but that's the kind of thing that you want to say is, why did you digitize the business? And in addition, I would rather you say Python, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and SQL. The HTML and CSS is more important than the SQL. Second off, then it would be an okay first sentence. The problem I have here is you already mentioned JavaScript. Remember, do not repeat the same keyword in the same job. It is, in fact, you didn't do it anywhere else. Oh, everybody always does it in the same one and never else. So saying JavaScript in this job once is good. Saying JavaScript in this job twice, bad. Saying JavaScript down here, good. Let me actually mark that. Down here is good. So remember, it is one, the same keyword should not be duplicated in the same job. Okay? So then we have the problem of this being 0 keywords, because this sentence shouldn't exist because there's nothing here. Then you already mentioned SQL, which I would prefer you say SQL up here instead of SQL Alchemy. And again, none of this else matters. So just say SQL here. And then again, we get to the problem of these are 2-3 bullet points that just don't matter. Implemented automated testing using PyTest for REST API endpoints. That's 1, maybe 1.5. I need more. Remember, you need a minimum of 3. This is a mostly good bullet point. You need to be better on the why, but the rest of it is fine. And then this is 2. And then this doesn't matter. Again, the stakeholder thing is for internships mostly. Iterative feedback is okay-ish, actually. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to actually say that's kind of okay. That's extra credit. So my problem here is you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullet points. And you only have 5 keywords amongst them. And the whys on some of them are not great. And then we go down to here, and none of this matters except for Python. And that's not worth it to put the one thing to be Python. So why do I really care about this? I don't, besides the Python. But you already mentioned Python earlier, and it's just like, I need more. It also messes up your timeline. And then here, projects. Sorry. Projects don't need dates. Projects should not have dates. Years of education, work experience, and internship should have dates. Projects do not want dates. But that project doesn't get you anything. And you only get 3 bullet points for a project. And then here, again, there's nothing I need besides C#.net. Nothing I need besides Python and Agile. Like, where is the TypeScript, right? Where is the RESTful... Did you have RESTful APIs? Where is the REST APIs or RESTful APIs? Where is the cloud? Cloud is big. You really, really, really want to show something with cloud. That is a big deal, and I don't see it. Where's React? Where's React Native? Where's CI/CD? Where's Agile? Where's DevOps? And the answer is, I don't know. I can't find it. You have Git, right? Like, again, you need 75% of these in the first 20 seconds. And I need to understand why you did it, and so does Bob. The problem is I don't see them. This is, again, mostly blank. There it is. Agile was down here, right? But, like, why do I have to read through this? There's RESTful API. I messed up. There it is, RESTful API. Again, this is the problem. I've been reviewing this for close to 4 hours now. People are going to mistake this. This is why hot dogs are so dangerous for your resume is if it's not related, they can miss what they need. I missed RESTful APIs again. But if that was up here in this first sentence, and in fact, if you only had, let's say, 2 sentences that had everything I needed, I would not miss it because it would be right there, rather than buried deep between Python, which you already said. And where is it again? Python or PyTest. Like, again, the more hot dogs I have to go through, the less room I will have for the hamburgers. And there is a limit in a person's mind of how many hot dogs they can eat before they eventually get sick and stop doing it. So you have about 40 to 50% of what I need. I need you to condense this down. I need you to make these to 3 sentences that are tight, contain everything I need, and are very easy to understand. And I need you to have this stuff, and you really do want cloud. But, like, right now, there's just too much junk that I have to get through until I get to what I need, that nobody's going to do that, and they're just going to reject it. And you do need to apply to more jobs than 1 to 2 a week. That's just 2 to 4 a week is not enough, even with a phenomenal resume. So That is it for this resume. I just want to thank you all for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. And if you ever need help, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST. I stream about 10 resumes and I record it. If you want to join, it's on YouTube and it's on Twitch at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. Just type !raffle to get a chance for your resume to be reviewed. And to my members, thank you so much for your support. I could not do this channel without you. You are the reason that I'm able to help everybody for free. So if anybody wants to be able to financially support this channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And you get access to videos early and you get access to the past live streams and you can keep me alive doing this. So thank you so much for your support, and I will see you all in the next episode to help you all get ahead of your... Oh, by the way, if you want to join, you can join in the link below. My mind is melted. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for the members for supporting this, and if you ever need help, stop by. I'm here to help you get ahead of your job search, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.